chronicles a year NASCAR will never forget. Dale Earnhardt's death at the Daytona 500, Dale Jr.'s stirring win in the July Daytona race, and the sport's passionate reaction to the September 11th attacks. NASCAR The Season 2001, that's Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on NBCSN. It's eye-opening what has happened over the last 15 years.
Yeah, that year was so many things happened in that year. And it's interesting, exciting and interesting. Go back and look at it and watch it again.
Pushing the 3 of Austin Dillon back out of the garage, and he'll go back out onto the track. The 3 didn't make it out onto the track until Austin Dillon moved up into the Cup Series after winning a Camping World Truck Series championship as well as an Xfinity Series championship. Let's go back into the garage and Marty.
Rick, right now, Kurt Busch is 12th fastest on the board, actually just dropped down to 13th just now. And I talked to Tony Gibson before this practice session started. He said, we are starting in qualifying trim, and we've never done that here at Martinsville. He said the best we've ever qualified with Kurt here, though, is 15th. And I feel like we just need to do a little bit better today and get a better qualifying position. Not that it's really hurt us in the race, but he said, I don't think it's helped us having to recover from that track position all day long. And we also want a better pit stall selection. That's one of the big keys and why all these teams are staying in qualifying trim today all day long, is because they know how important qualifying is and also how important that pit selection is. So Kurt Busch and the 41 team in qualifying trim like a lot of the chasers today. And Jeff, I think you would agree with that as a driver, isn't it? Always helps to have the track position. Always nice to have a good pit stall here in Martinsville.
Well, the track position is king at this racetrack, and it all starts with qualifying today. You know, that helps, that sets your pit stall. It helps make the start of the race clean. And I also had a conversation with Tony Gibson this morning, and you know, he was very open to me about, look, we have not been fast enough. We've got to find some speed. But what he was so proud of was how they had managed the situations they were in, taking a 12th place car and finishing 7th with it. He said that has been their strength. He knows they've got to find some speed, but he had his feet dug in the sand saying, listen, we're going to stick to our game plan. We come to every race, just like you talked about earlier, Steve, come to every race to win the race. But when the race unfolds and we have an 8th place car, we don't finish 10th with it. We're going to make sure we find a way to finish 6th with it. And that's hard to do. And he was really proud of what they've been able to do. And he said they're not going to get away from that. They're going to continue to build strong, fast race cars the best they know how. But he believes that their way forward is getting a little more out of each race than perhaps the car really has.
A guy who knows all about speed, especially from last week, Joey Logano standing by with Dave.
Most recent race winner, Logano is out of his car now. Race trim to start your day, switching over now. What did you find track conditions were like, Joey, to start with?
It's definitely different than just pulling in this morning and looking at the racetrack. There's a lot of rubber laid down. I don't know if maybe from the late model race or whatever it was, but the track went through a little bit of a transition, and it's cleaned up now. And let's switch over to qualifying trim, see what the Shell Pennzoil 4's got.
So far, how's your balance in race trim? You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, this practice is it's kind of hard to get the balance that you want because the track's still not very realistic to what we're going to have on Sunday. So it's more or less just trying to get an idea of what direction certain changes go, and we can try to put together our best package tomorrow.
As we all notice, tomorrow, great weather forecast, so they'll have all day to work on it in race trim, guys.
Interesting, Joey Logano waiting until almost halfway through this practice session to switch over to qualifying, but he has won the last 3 poles here.